It's it like lights up my face for a moment. There we go. All right. Good morning, y'all. This is the international live stream of Geek of Mystery show for Thursday, the 7th of April.
Nope.
No, Friday. I'm sorry. Friday,
There you
the 7th of April, 2023. I'm completely out of it this morning. I was sick all night, and it is by the grace of whatever deity you prefer that I am here at all this morning. And but I'm here and I'm more or less lucid. I think I got about an hour's sleep, maybe two. I don't know.
You will be immediately taking a nap after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spending most of the day, and hopefully I'll be here this evening at 1800 for our regular live stream. I plan to be. There is a slight chance that won't happen, but I'm determined because I've got some great plans for this evening. Apparently, ChatGPT, we all know that it makes shit up, right? And
más o menos.
And apparently some of the shit that it makes up can be slanderous. There's a couple of examples of this in the news this morning. A guy in Australia who's mayor of a small town. Apparently ChatGPT thinks he's a felon. And there's another, I think a doctor someplace else, and ChatGPT thinks that this person is a sex offender. And so these, this is, in my view, this is just the danger of putting, life-changing, massively impactful code out in the wild before it's ready. Because nobody's really thoroughly tested this stuff. They're all just racing to get to market before the other guy. And as usual, it's the rest of us who get screwed. The other interesting tidbit that caught my attention this morning, I know that a lot of you probably know that the Jetsons was one of my favorite cartoons growing up. And I had never realized this, but I saw where somebody did the math. George Jetson was 40 years old. Jane Jetson, his wife, was 33.
What?
And a homemaker. And this is like the 23rd century or something. I guess that's still a thing. But she was 33. And their oldest child, Judy, the teenager, was 16. Now, you do the math.
Wait.
The math thing.
He needs to go to jail for that one.
Yeah, so you did the math quicker than I think many people did. That means that Jane was 16, 17 when Judy was born, and George was 24.
Yeah.
24. That's crazy. Jail. Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
They may have different laws and standards in the future. I don't know.
No. That's wow. Wow.
This is kind of ruining the Jetsons for me. I'm working on it because I really, really love that show. Yes, Kirsten.
Did that information come from ChatGPT?
No.
Because I feel like I'm on an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the topic's made up and the points don't matter. Like, I don't.
No, I confirmed it. I confirmed it before going live with it. This is apparently common knowledge. And it just escaped my notice. There's a trope. There's a site called TV Tropes, where they talk about all the different tropes that writers use. And one of the tropes is writers can't do math. And this one apparently falls under the writer's canon.
That would support that case.
Yeah.
Like she's canonically 33. Like that's not like a fan.
So that's it. She's canonically 33 and he is canonically 40. And Judy is canonically 16, always on the phone, always buying clothes. I mean, doing all of the.
But okay, but by their own logic, that means Judy would then be old enough to get pregnant herself.
Well, that does happen to 16-year-olds even in this day and age.
Yeah, yes, I know. But like they're clearly portraying her as a child, right? As their child. So it's like by their logic, it's still wrong in the future because by their logic, always on the phone, always, doing her little teenage thing, her kid thing, that their child is not portrayed as old enough to be a successful mother, yet they portray her mother as a successful mother, even though at her age, she was already conceiving a baby.
Yeah. Apparently Jane Jetson, the wife, was a bit of a wild child.
And that's just our take on it.
Whoa.
And maybe George and Jane just listened to a little too much rock and roll, played a few too many video games.
It's the rock music. It's a gateway.
Yeah. Frank Zappa, one of my favorite poets, famously pointed out, so I don't know if you know that he went before Congress and testified before Congress. They have those labels, explicit content labels on their CDs and stuff. When Congress was having the hearings that eventually led to those labels, they called in 3 prominent musicians whose music had been flagged for content. One of them was the guy from Twisted Sister. What's his name? I forget his name. Yeah, Frank Zappa. And the other one was John Denver. Because, Rocky Mountain High was banned in several states because
I'm thinking like Country Road.
Yeah.
Like what?
People presumed it was about pot. And so the 3 of these people testified. Anyway, Frank Zappa opened with the statement that it's ridiculous that anybody thinks that rock music is going to, that music and lyrics are going to influence young people's lives, because if they did, we would all just love one another, because most songs are about love. There are far more songs about love than there are about, shooting cops or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, Kitty, do we have a comment?
We have 3 on 3 different platforms.
Oh my gods.
All around the same gist. So let's start with LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, Neha Rotella says, hey. On Twitch, Kirsten already knows. Porcupine Butler says, there it is.
Oh,
and on
fact.
YouTube. What?
Sorry, I'll let you finish.
So Ricky, can you finish? What did Porcupine say?
Kirsten knows. That's what he said.
Oh, he said.
Oh boy, make that 4 platforms. We just got another one. Okay, so YouTube, Hamza Kitek says, hey guys, how are you all?
We're doing great. I mean,
we're under the weather, but
I've been sick all night. But other than that, I'm really happy to be here, and I've got my cozy cap on, and I'm at the moment I'm doing great. And probably a half an hour I'll be well, I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah.
And on Facebook, all 4 platforms. On Facebook, we have Hani Mohammed Sabri, who says, hello, happy Ramadan.
Oh, happy Ramadan. I did not realize it's not on my radar. I live in a country where, and I'm not Christian, but I live in a country that's dominated by people who consider this a Christian holiday, or this weekend leading up to a Christian holiday. And then in the faith that I was raised in, I was raised Jewish. We
Passover.
We are in the middle of Passover. And that reminds me, I should eat a matzah. That might settle my stomach a little bit. Yeah. Matzah is brilliant for that. So happy Ramadan to you as well. Thank you.
And happy almost Passover to our Jewish listeners, and happy Good Friday to our Catholics.
Yeah. So Passover was started yesterday, and it's 8 days long.
Yes, so it's the early part of Passover.
Yeah. So I have this expression that sums up all Jewish holidays. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat.
Love that.
And that just describes all Jewish holidays. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat.
Hey, Kirsten?
Yes.
Are Catholics not allowed to eat meat on Good Friday? I know you're not Catholic, but like I'm blanking on this. I feel like I should know. But I don't know if Good Friday is the first Friday that you can eat meat, or it's still a Friday that you can't eat meat.
Isn't Good Friday the day where whatever you gave up for Lent, that's when you can pick that back up?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. I was never a good Catholic, but this is showing it.
Yeah. That's
oh
right.
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, according to Scout Boyer on Facebook, can't eat meat today. Thank you for that.
There you have it.
Well, I can't eat.
Thank you for that.
I can't eat meat. I can't eat meat today because my tummy is not going to allow me.
Look at you being a good Catholic.
What I was going to say earlier, I was sitting at my desk working, and I get a notification on my personal phone. And I don't know how I set this up because I'm really not like big on Twitch, and I don't really know how to use it and all the workings. But I got a notification on my personal phone, and it was like Porcupine Butler is about to start streaming or something like that. And so I just clicked on it, and it took me to his page. And I messaged him and I said, well, the tables have turned. And he was like,
oh my gosh, no way.
Like, that is so cool. But I don't know how my phone notified me of it. I don't know. It's listening.
You must have subscribed to his channel.
So that's what you would think. Do I have any recollection of that? Or do I even know, like, if I had to go on and like subscribe to somebody else's page, would I know how to do that? Absolutely not.
Yeah. You may have just, looked him up and slipped it. Yeah.
It was so cool.
Or it's spying on you, which is not outside of the realm of possibility. But
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. And it's something that I want to talk about. I don't know if we'll do it tonight. I want to talk a little bit about ChatGPT tonight. Because there's a number of interesting things going on with it, not the least of which is that it's committing slander. But I also want to very soon talk about how to live a digital life, without exposing what you don't want to expose, and without clicking on links that are going to infect your computer and shit. I would call it a sanitary, digital life.
Yeah.
We could call it that. Always wash your hands for 20 seconds before you touch your phone. There was a time, I don't know if you remember this, you guys might be too young. There was a time in the 90s when there was a big virus going around called the Michelangelo virus. And I had a business where, we took care of, we built white box computers and we sold them to businesses around LA, and we would, some service contracts, or we would come out and we would help them and take care of their computers. And around the time of this Michelangelo virus, we were super busy going around and sanitizing people's computers, removing the virus from people's computers, teaching them how to not get infected. And we would joke, the first step is to wrap your computer in a giant condom.
Classy.
I have always had a ridiculous a dad sense of humor,
That's funny.
But that was a big deal. I was also that was where I was briefly the tech commentator for our local TV station, and they would bring me in, and I'd wear a suit and I'd use the teleprompter, and I would talk about computer stuff, and they liked my voice and they hired me to do some voiceovers for their promos, and I did that for a while. But it was all because of Michelangelo that all that stuff happened.
The Ninja Turtle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Your computer is infected with Ninja Turtles. All right, Ricky.
Yes, fast on it today. So we have a Facebook comment again from Scott Boyer. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm sorry. And they said, Rickety, how do I do an avatar like you are doing? Well, what I am doing is known colloquially in the world of streaming as something called VTubing, virtual YouTubing or virtual. It's basically just using a virtual avatar, and that way you don't have to show your face. I've been sick for the last week. I know I always have the avatar, but like in times like this, I'm like, yeah, this avatar really comes in handy because I look beat. I'll tell you that. And how you do it is on Zoom on some of the newer updates. If you go to your video settings, there's a new beta program for avatars, and there is a whole bunch of different ones. There's the cat, which I like because, Rickety. Let's see here. There's a cow. There's a dog. There's a fox. There's, that's a polar bear, a bunny, a panda, a grizzly bear, which is perfect for bear. Oh yeah, see, there's the dog. It's not really my personal vibe or aesthetic. Then there's a fox or a wolf. Both of those are pretty cool. Raccoon and a cow, which there you go. So if you live stream from Zoom, it's easier to choose one of these avatars on the Zoom update.
Very cute. Oh, look at Bear.
Moo.
That's not the one that I wanted. So there must be another. Oh, avatars. I see. There's the
avatars. There you go, Bear.
And
it's in the middle right, Bear.
Create an avatar.
No, there's animals under create. Oh, there you go.
But it has no background. I have to put a background behind it. All right.
This is excellent.
There you
Love
go.
it.
Oh, I like this one. This one's better.
That's sick. Look at you go.
I feel like Snow White right now.
I have no arms now.
All of my little woodland creatures.
Yep.
All right. So apparently I can do that, and I can do that. It's got to do this one too.
Can it be customized with the 3D model of my making? Well, you could customize your own avatar, but then like you're choosing the features and the hair color and length and stuff like that.
It's more like an emoji than a 3D rendering.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That was fun. All right. That's about all I got this morning. Anything else from you kids?
Not from me.
All right.
He says cool, by the way.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Thank you all for participating. I love that we're getting more and more participation with these. And we look forward to seeing you this evening, 1800 Pacific. I would say there's a 95% chance that I'll be there. But there's a slight chance that we may not make it. But I'm starting to feel a little better this morning. So
yes, and that stream will be exclusively on YouTube. So go ahead and click the link in the description of whichever platform, but it'll be on YouTube, youtube.com/@BillWeinman, and we'll be live at 6 p.m. Pacific.
All right. Love you all, and we'll see you later.